Mahomes on first down launches it complete inside the 30. Another big hit downfield, and they're going to get the penalty flag thrown here against Isaiah Simmons. Likely the final play here of a scoreless first quarter. Mahomes gets out of there, and his pass in the end zone is caught for a touchdown by Watson. The play can break down, but with Patrick Mahomes, it doesn't matter. He finds a way to locate the open receiver more often than not.
What a great job. Once again, four-man rush by the Arizona Cardinals. Dimukeji pinches inside. That allows Savant when it comes to evaluation of players.
Big hole for Jarrett McKinnon here against the Cardinals' second-team defense. And a gain of close to 20. It's a great point about how he handled that, and two, about the coaching staff and how Monty went about that. Another breakdown defensively. I don't know if that was on Isaiah Simmons. He was the closest man to Rice. And the Chiefs are already inside the 20-yard line of the Cardinals. Will he bring pressure on Buechele? Going to rush four. And everybody covered. Thought there's running room for Buechele. Inside the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown.
You can see it right here. Yeah, moving out to his left, getting outside the pocket. Right at the end here, too, you want to see Isaiah Simmons.
And Buechele 7 of 7 passing so far. 8 of 8. Hitting Rice across the middle. Breaking tackles inside the 20. And finally dragged down by Woods. Midway point of the third. Arizona down 7. Gabbert to throw again. And taking a shot. Got a man open. It's caught at the 30-yard line for a first down. Smith-Marset on the grab. Got behind the defense. It's a gain of about 45.
And on the corner, baby, he puts it right on him. We were talking about, what do you got, Blaine?
Gabbert from the pocket, dumps it off, and a broken tackle results in a first down and a touchdown. Smith-Marset got hit at the 10-yard line by Sachere, bounced right off of him and took it to the house.
For the Arizona Cardinals on this possession right here. Sachere right there misses that tackle.
Garrett Williams, rookie out of Syracuse, is hurt. Injured during his last year at Syracuse. Big hole on the ground again. And a gain of 16 to the 47. Gabbert on 2nd and 8. Over the middle, it's caught. Close to the goal line, waiting for the signal. And where was the ball? I mean, he landed, looked like, in the goal line, but the ball did not cross apparently. Play action, Gabbert rolling out. Back of the end zone throw. Powell is there. And it's a touchdown.
Found the open receiver right there. Stuck with it, got the opportunity, got that second chance, if you will, and Powell made him pay. I think the kid is going to do it, and when he does, it's going to be trouble.
Oladokun's pass is caught inside the 10, inside the 5, and down to about the 2-yard line of Smith-Marset, who is just eating up the Cardinals secondary tonight. 1st and goal. From the 2, just outside 3 minutes to go. Here's Prince, and he's in for the KC touchdown. Third and 6 for the Cards on their 37. Draw back to throw. In trouble. Steps up. Pump fakes and set. Around low, the corner.
Caden Davis.
Draw in trouble. Hit. Sacked. And that'll do it. P.J. Thompson ends the game with a sack. Cardinals lose to the Chiefs 38-10.